Hello everyone, I'm TheFireBlades and welcome back to Pillars of the Earth. Bit of an eventful start. That was the prologue, and now we're joined by Philip, a monk, who, it doesn't tell you in the game, but he was part of a priory, and he's already basically showed his compassion as a monk. He's already showed his holiness. So the prior of the monk, the prior of the priory itself, put Philip in charge of a small cell of monks. And now he's been asked to go to Kingsbridge Priory, which is where he is now. This is why he's just crossed the bridge. So let's continue. Find Prior James. The bells are ringing for him. So let's have a look. Right click. Far away from Shiring. Wouldn't come here if it wasn't for the cathedral. Far away from Shiring. Nobles only come here on holidays. As you can see, it's rather ramshackle. It's a bit glum. So, Philip. She's getting old. Was in St. John even before me. Hopefully many travels together ahead of us. But anyway. Alright, go to the hut. A toll hut. Can I enter the toll hut? Where's Paul? Toll hut. Hole in the ice. Reminder not to stray from the right path. The word from God.
Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me.
I see. And his pony.
Whoever is righteous has regard for the life of his beast.
Path to the mill. Oh, he's just going to walk there, I think. Say something biblically about it then. Fine, whatever. So, we got a path to the mill, or we can go to the road to Kingsbridge. Let's go straight to Kingsbridge to start off with. So, like I said, Kingsbridge is I think it's a fictional place, but it is based on, I think, 2 existing places like this. So here it is. Here's Kingsbridge Cathedral, the monastery. Or not the, yeah, monastery, I should say, not cathedral. So, wow, there he is, down there. Village of Kingsbridge. Many of the priory's servants have gone. The village almost deserted. The priory perhaps couldn't pay them. Many of the priory's servants have gone. Wow, he's fast. Road toward north. The road to Gloucester. Not many travel along this road. People only come for the cathedral here. Far away from Shiring, nobles only come on holidays, and wouldn't come if it wasn't for the cathedral. Building by the fields. I'll just go straight to the... Unless... You know what? Just in case, I don't know how far I can progress in this story without advancing and then losing everything. So I'm actually going to leave that to last. I'm going to come back up the road and go to the mill first. So, let's have a look. Mill door. Oh, there he is.
Why is this locked?
They let the old mill fall apart. Now they pay for using the one in the next village. Now, bear in mind his headpiece, his hairstyle. This was said to be in tribute to an archbishop in England called Thomas Becket, who, according to this game, isn't dead yet. But apparently the haircut is supposed to be in tribute because the way he was murdered, it was a bit of a scrabble in the cathedral itself at Canterbury. They sliced off the top of his head. It wasn't intentional. It may have been just part of the struggle. It might have just been like slash and off he goes. This was apparently the tribute, but it's not the case. I'm not sure why they do it like that. Maybe it's kind of like a dome, like the very popular dome shape in religious figures, being therefore closely connected to God through the top of the head. Maybe other things. And it was Thomas Becket rather than Thomas a Becket. There's a bit of a medievalism going on there. I think a mispronunciation, probably brought on by the Victorians. Alright, the cloister is a section of the cathedral itself, past the village. Let's see where the village takes me. Nothing seems to be here. Back to here. Yeah, I'll go to the front gate. Whee! And here we are at the opening credits. Wouldn't it be weird if it just started with the opening credits now? Just played on a loop. Horse. It is a horse. It's big and horse-like. So there's somebody has just arrived. Strong mare. Must belong to a guest. A nobleman, maybe. Path around the cathedral. Now let's have a look. My pewter goblet here. The graves, so many buried here awaiting judgment day. How many are without sin? I will be without sin. Will I be without sin when my time comes? Well, I know the story. If you do, then you'll know. I'm not saying any more.
When he opened the sixth seal, I looked, and behold, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth. The moon became like blood, and the stars of the sky fell to the earth as the fig tree sheds its winter fruit when shaken by a gale.
Right, well, let's have a look. They're obviously committing a sermon or performing a sermon in here, so let's have a look at the action. Oh, goodness. What a ramshackle old place.
Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the pestilence that walketh in darkness. The pestilence that rode in on the lightning that struck our cathedral 4 years ago. Did you not all feel its presence here ever since? James did, and I did as well. But the Lord says, because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. Our beloved Prior James has served the Lord all his life. He shall be delivered from the darkness, from this dark earth.
Prior James?
Philip.
Francis?
Shh. For many years, James has been our prior. After the upcoming election, I vow to lead Kingsbridge Priory with the same steady hand.
Oh, God, no. He's let it fall into repair. We don't want the same
Amen.
steady hand. That's not a prayer, that's a campaign speech.
Philip, we told your brother you'd come to Kingsbridge New Year's Day.
I did not expect to see you here.
I was on my way back to Gloucester and wanted to see you.
Yeah, these
A
two,
priest working in the world of politics.
the two on the right
Must
are
tell us
brothers.
about it, Francis.
Of course.
And his brother a prior of what now? 2 years?
It's been 4 years, Cuthbert.
I see. How are things in St. John in the Forest, Philip?
St. John in the Forest, that's the one. That's the cell. We're happy and healthy. That's better than in Kingsbridge.
Better than here in our mother house, Kingsbridge, it seems. I wanted to use my New Year's visit to talk to Prior James about this.
James did the best he could, Philip. If you had been here, you would know that.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have.
I don't think... He didn't
right,
manage it very well, I don't think.
With a limp hand on the tiller, a ship is blown about at hazard and goes nowhere.
James meant well.
Of course he did. Please, forgive me.
Come by the kitchen later to see us, will you?
The reason Francis at the end is wearing different clothes because he's a priest, not a monk.
Brother Cuthbert seemed upset.
Well, we all are. The way James died was...
I think.
disturbing.
How did James die, by the way? I've forgotten.
Disturbing? How did Prior James die?
7 days ago, Brother Remigius found James's room empty. We all looked for him for hours. Then we found his footprints by the bridge and a hole in the ice.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
No.
In the small hours of Christmas Day, he must have walked out on the river. We didn't even find his body. The river took him, and the cold.
I will pray for James. See me when you have time, Philip. I will be in the cathedral.
And I should go and see how Brother Cuthbert is doing. It's good to see you, Philip. Maybe things will get better after the chapter elects the new prior.
Hopefully. I will come by the kitchen later, Milius.
So Milius and Cuthbert are Philip's friends. They know him already. The man you saw preaching before, I think that was Remigius, as far as I'm aware. And he's basically using the death of the previous prior, James, to apply for the position himself. And it's going by election. Now, these are all monks. These are all people dedicating their lives to poverty, a life of seclusion from the real world, to dedicate their study to God. They also help people. They go out, but their lives are in the monastery here. A priest, as far as I'm aware, is a little bit different. They actually go out and help people. They assist people, and they involve themselves more in matters of state. So Francis is a priest. What is Francis doing here, and where is he? And he happens to be Philip's brother.
So
They
what do you
grew up
think it
together,
means?
obviously.
I don't know.
I remember when I was
There was
that
no
young.
reason to punish us for asking.
I was full of questions. This place is
At least
for
it wasn't Remigius who punished us.
quiet contemplation.
Brother Marcus said he's taking a beating now once a week.
You look like you want to ask me something.
You are Philip of Gwynedd?
Yes, but you can call me Brother Philip.
You see? Told you he wouldn't mind.
Yes. Now ask him.
How about you ask him?
I already asked Brother Andrew.
That doesn't count. He wouldn't answer.
If you promise to lower your voices from now on.
Oh, of course.
We promise.
Brother Milius told us you know the scripture very well. Could you tell us about God's temple?
Brother Andrew wouldn't tell us.
Must be a place. Cathedral.
That's probably what the guest master was talking about.
If you do something to a cathedral, it would be a sin.
Andrew wouldn't tell you why.
He got very angry with us.
We had to say the Lord's Prayer 150 times.
Each of us is God's temple, for he created us.
The guest master said Prior James destroyed God's temple.
And that he'll go to hell.
It was not a suicide. Oh, God. There was no salvation for a self-murderer. Self-murderer. God, wow. Everything points to suicide. Oh, no, I don't know. I mean, he's a monk. He's got to set an example. I'll have to set the example. Oh, he's going to be reading the Bible on that. Well, that's speculation. That's quote. That's fact. Well,
For a self-murderer, there is no salvation.
What if the devil takes our souls too?
Commit yourselves to God. Be humble and pious. Be without sin. God's grace will not allow the devil to lay hand on any of you. Prior James will face judgment. It is between him and God. Do not be afraid.
No, Brother Philip.
Thank you, Brother Philip.
Right. Now he actually, one of his first encounters is in the cathedral itself, when one of the monks is giving a sermon, and one of the younger ones is actually flicking some kind of I think candle wax or something at one of the older guys' heads. This older monk has fallen fast asleep, and he absolutely loses his shit at them. And everyone looks around, oh, what are you doing? It's like, oh, fucking pack that in, you little shit. Obviously, in more nice terms than that, obviously.
So, again, we're all God's temple.
Door to the front of the cathedral. Door to the front of the
All
cathedral.
of us.
Oh, and the kitchen. Milius and Cuthbert's kitchen.
Because God created us
actually,
in His image.
So it seems I can go
That's
certain
why we can all pray to
places.
Him.
And it seems like a free roaming thing. I didn't want to trigger an event and then suddenly be
This
locked out
priory
of
is
that
so
place.
much bigger than our small cell in the forest.
Oh, open map. Oh, okay, that's cool. Oh, so this is all in the priory itself. Okay, there's the village, yep, there's clearing. This is the bridge where we started, and we walked down there. The little Benny Hill thing came up, and then all of that, forecourt. So we were in the cloister, and as far as I'm aware, the cloister is here. We must have been, yeah, the scene itself with the two boys took place in this corner here. The door to the cathedral was there, and they were kind of preaching round there, and we went round there, and then into the forecourt there. So we should be round here. I'll go to the kitchen next, because it seems to make me want to go there. That's kind of where it wants me to go. And I am here, yeah, and the kitchen is here. So, I'm going to leave that until next time. So, we've learnt a bit more about the Prior James. Did he jump off a bridge? We don't know. There seems to be another horse that's turned up as well in the corner, a brown horse. Whether it's my pony or not, I'm not too sure. And this brother Remigius guy is probably applying for the job as well, so he's probably one to watch out for too. So, anyway, I'll leave it here for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.